In this video, I'll tell you about the 10 powerful habits that you should start cultivating daily, because each of these 10 habits has the potential to change your life in a certain way. And if you stick until the very end of this video, I'll give you another bonus habit that is super simple but incredibly powerful because it enables you to take in information twice as fast. Hi my friend, my name is Robert Hurd and I want to welcome you to Your Best Self, the YouTube channel that helps you become the best possible version of yourself, one video at a time. If you're completely new to this channel, consider subscribing if you're into personal development, becoming your best self, and living a better life in freedom, happiness, and joy. By now you probably know how incredibly important habits are. There are tons of different quotes out there and tons of books that really drive home the point of why habits are so important. I mean, quotes like "motivation is what gets you started, but habit is what keeps you going" by Jim Rohn. Or another one that I really like is by Sean Covey, who said, "Depending on what they are, our habits will either make us or break us. We become what we repeatedly do." I love that quote. But before we get into the 10 habits that have the potential to change your life, I would like to tell you a little story that is going to make sure you understand what kind of impact habits can have on our life. Enjoy. There's a legend about a magic stone that looked just like a small little pebble, but had the ability to turn any metal into gold. However, this magic stone has been hidden amongst millions and millions of other little pebbles that look just alike at a certain beach. But according to the legend, a man can say whether or not he's holding the real magic stone in his hands because it would get warm when he picked it up from the ground, whereas all the other little pebbles would remain cold. Once a man saw his opportunity and sold all his belongings to be able to camp at seashore and wake up early in the morning in order to be able to pick up pebbles from the ground and test whether or not they would be warm in his hand. He would pick up a pebble, then throw it into the sea when it was cold. Then pick up another, throw it into the sea when it was cold. He would repeat this process for hours. Whenever a pebble was cold, he would throw it into the sea and pick up another. He would spend his whole day doing this in the hope of finding the magic rock. He would repeat this process over and over again for weeks. Pick up a pebble, cold, throw it into the sea. Pick up a pebble, cold, throw into the sea. Pick up pebble, cold, throw it. However, eventually one day, he picked up a pebble and it was warm. It was the real stone. But he threw it into the sea. Pick up pebble, throw it. Pick up pebble, throw it. Pick up pebble, throw it. Suddenly he realized what he had done. He had developed such a strong habit of throwing any pebble into the sea that when the real magic stone came along and was warm in his hand, he still threw it away. If you want to know what lesson we can learn from this story, stay until the very end of this video. With that said, let's get into the 10 powerful habits that will change your life. Habit number 1, read every single day. Books are such an incredible source of knowledge because somebody took years and years of their life and dedicated it to researching a certain topic and making sure only the best information is going to get condensed into one single book that is available to you for just a few bucks. So instead of making your own research and using years and years of your time, you can just leverage and take advantage of the work of somebody else and just get all the best information about a certain topic in one single book. Reading books gives you the ability to grow your knowledge base. It develops our thoughts. It gives us ideas, inspirations, and lessons that we can learn from. Books just make you overall smarter. Now, I know some people dislike reading books. Maybe they have a little trauma from their childhood where in school they had to read all those little books which weren't really that exciting, to be honest. Or maybe they honestly do not have the time to read a full book. If that is the case, I can highly recommend listening to audiobooks because audiobooks give you the ability to listen on the go. While you're commuting to your job, while you're cooking, while you're cleaning up, heck, while you're playing video games, you can listen to an audiobook. Just recently, I had to drive to Berlin from Hamburg, which is a 4-hour drive one way, and I had to do it twice. So I had been on the road for 16 hours in total, and during that time, I managed to listen to 5 audiobooks. Obviously, I do not remember every single thing that I listened to during those 5 audiobooks, but I picked out golden nuggets that were interesting to me and that I could implement in my life. And if you honestly do not have the time to read a full book, but you still want to read, then I can highly recommend checking out Blinkist. Because Blinkist is an app that takes the key information from a book and puts them together into a few slides, which you can read between 15 to 30 minutes. So I highly encourage you to read or listen to something every single day that has the potential to grow your mind, to give you more thoughts, ideas, lessons, inspirations to do something bigger in your life. Because sometimes a single book can give you a spark of inspiration that is going to change your whole life. If you would like to have recommendations for good books, let me know in the comments down below. Habit number 2, exercise every single day. I am pretty sure that we all know how crucially important exercise is for our body and our health, so I won't go into all the benefits that exercise is having on our life, but I'm pretty sure we all know that we need to be doing it way more than we do it right now. And it doesn't need to be a whole gym session every single day. Literally 5 to 10 minutes of some push-ups, some sit-ups, some squats, some stretching, maybe go for a jog will do the thing, and you're gonna be having so much more energy throughout the day and gain more strength throughout the time. At some point, I have made it a habit to do push-ups every single morning. I started off by doing 20 push-ups and told myself I'm going to increase this number by 5 every single month. So in January, I would start with 20 push-ups, in February 25, in March 30, and so on. And I realized that I gained so much strength throughout the time that I got to 80 push-ups at some point. Now, I wasn't able to do 80 push-ups without any pause, but I got to like 40 or 45 push-ups, then made a little bit of a pause, did 30, made a little bit of a pause, and then did the remaining 10 push-ups or so. So really gradually increasing the number of push-ups or sit-ups or squats or whatever you want to do every single day or every single month is going to do wonders for your life. Habit number 3, eat more healthy food. Less junk, more veggies. Now this is something that I am personally very guilty of because I tend to eat a lot of sugar and not the most healthy food. Pizza. What? But eating healthy is the fundamental to a healthy, good life. Because not only it's going to reduce the risk of a chronic disease when you're getting older, but it's also going to make you feel so much better throughout the day. It's going to give you so much more energy. You're going to be feeling much more productive, much more focused. You're going to be having less brain fog. You're going to have a better skin. There are so many benefits of eating healthy that your overall performance as a human being is going to increase drastically. I have no doubt that eating healthy food is going to have a major impact in many areas of your life and can actually become a catalyst to more good habits and a better behavior overall. So start eating more healthy food, or at least just cut on the sugar and maybe on the pizza and the burger. Heard that, Robert? Eat healthy food. Eat healthy food. God damn, I need to eat healthy food. Habit number 4, drink more water. Now water is crucial for our body, and I always knew that, but I only really realized that when I made it a conscious habit to drink at least 2 liters of water every single day. Once I started doing that, I became so much more clear-headed. I had so much more focus on the work that I was doing. I got more productive, I got better skin, I just felt much better and had more energy throughout the day. Now the disadvantage was that I had to pee like 8 times a day, but I would still take all the advantages, for just going to the bathroom a couple times a day. Maybe 10. All right, 10. Now I personally use the app Water Drink Reminder, which is an app that does pretty much as it says. It reminds me to drink water. Yes, I do need to get reminded sometimes because sometimes I'm so involved in the work that I do forget to drink water, and only after like 3 or 4 hours I'm like, water, oh my God. And that's why, sometimes we just need to get reminded. And this app does it brilliantly. Just every hour it tells me, hey, Robert, drink some water. And I'm like, all right, you got me. So drink water more often, and especially in the morning, because overnight our body dehydrates a lot because we are not drinking water for like 6 to 8 hours, maybe even longer. That's why every single morning I drink a glass of water first. So drink more water and you're gonna feel so much better. Habit number 5, meditate. A few months ago, my girlfriend and I have been traveling through Thailand and Indonesia for 8 weeks. In our last week of travel, we have attended a meditation and manifestation retreat in Bali, where we learned everything about meditation, manifestation, and creating our own reality. Now, since that week, I have pretty much meditated every single day, and it has helped me immensely to calm down my overthinking mind. Because the analogy that I like to use when it comes to meditation is that our brain, our mind, is like a very powerful and complex computer. And when you work on a computer and you have all those different tabs open, so you have 5 different tabs of YouTube open, you have a video editing software, and this and that and this, things that you might want to work on in the next few days, but you're never closing them. And those tabs and those programs take up energy from your computer. So the more things are open, the more energy is getting drained from your computer, and the slower your computer is getting. And it starts to overheat, and at some point it perhaps freezes on you. And this is basically how our mind and our brain works. All the thoughts that we are having on a day-to-day basis, they take up mental capacity, they take up energy. And the more the thoughts you have, the more you think about on a day-to-day basis, your mental capacity gets used, and you tend to get slower and you overheat, and hopefully not, but at some point you might just freeze and burn out. In order to cope with that, people sometimes just close the laptop, let it cool off, but open it up again, and all those tabs and all those programs are still open. So the process repeats itself over and over again. And I noticed that with meditation, I was able to close down a lot of those tabs, a lot of those thoughts. So now when I'm laying in bed, I'm not having this constant racing of thoughts in my mind about things I need to do, things I need to buy, things I need to pay, and all those things. I'm just really calm, and I can just go to bed very peacefully. I encourage you to try out meditation for at least a couple of weeks, if not even months, before saying meditation is not working, it is not something for me. Because yes, at the beginning it might be a little bit tedious. You might feel uncomfortable, you're going to be having tons of thoughts coming, but that is okay. And it's not the goal to be not having any thoughts. It's just acknowledging them and letting them go. So try it out, because it has so many benefits that come with it. It can reduce anxiety, it can give you more clarity, more focus in life, and just make you feel so much better and prime your day to be a good one. So try it out. Maybe check out apps like Headspace or Calm, or just go to YouTube and search for guided meditation. Start meditating daily for like 10 to 20 minutes. And if you really do not have the time, get at least 5 minutes of meditation, of calmness into your day. You're going to be feeling so much better, so much calmer, and just ready to conquer the day. Habit number 6, journaling. Now I really love this habit. That's why I am having so many of them. We are having ein guter Plan, which is German and stands for a good plan. We are having Millionaire Mentoring Notes, which is just notes from stuff that I learned. We have the 6-Minute Diary, which is also a German one, incredibly good. We have Robert's Book of Knowledge and Copywriting, just another notebook. And those are my success journals. The success journal is something that I have picked up 3 years ago, and I absolutely love it. Because for the past 3 years, I have been writing into the success journal every single day. So I've been writing down all the good things that have happened throughout the day, all the things that I have achieved, all the things that I have succeeded in. And it just feels so good, because now I can go back 3 years in time and pick out any day throughout those 3 years, and I can tell you exactly what I did, exactly how this day went, and most likely I can remember how I felt in that day. Because I connect so many things to those memories that I have written down in those journals. Journals give me the opportunity to put my thoughts onto paper and give them more meaning. It enables me to go deeper into a certain topic and make them more real, because I'm not just thinking about it, but I'm actually writing it down. And it also serves as a diary, because now in the future I can go back and look into all those journals and see all those written memories that I have written down. And at some point it might also serve my future children or grandchildren by being an inspiration for their own lives. And perhaps I will be able to use all those journals and memories for my future book to see what I did to get to where I'm going to be. In the future, I will also be doing a lot of videos about journaling, how all of this works, how can you set a journal up, what kind of journal should you buy, what kind of exercises can you do. So if that is something that you are interested in, let me know in the comments down below, and make sure to subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell so you get notified whenever I upload a new video. Habit number 7, declutter or tidy up. Now I always have been the one that kind of got his room all messy, which resulted in a huge mess that I had to clean up for a few hours. And I hated to do that. So now I made it a habit which I call the 10-minute clean, which basically says that I clean up every single day for at least 10 minutes, which results in a clean, productive space and a happy Robert. When it comes to decluttering, I have to admit that I'm still kind of this one that is throwing all the things into the drawer and never really bothers anymore. So I have to be working on that as well. But in order to do that, I have a little idea which I picked up from another video, which is called the Minimalist Game. And how it works is that on day 1, you get rid of 1 thing. On day 2, you get rid of 2 things. On day 3, you get rid of 3 things. And you do that all the way until day 30. So every single day, you throw away more and more things that you do not need. And I think after those 30 days, you're gonna get rid of so much shit that you do not need. So I'm gonna do that as my next habit. Habit number 8, build routines. Get into the habit of combining multiple habits with each other so you get used to this routine which you do over and over and over again. So my morning routine, for example, is that I get up, turn off the alarm clock, which is at the other side of my room, so I actually have to get out of bed in order to turn it off, which, by the way, completely eliminated the problem of snoozing. Then I go into the bathroom, brush my teeth, take a shower, come back, meditate for 15 to 20 minutes, make myself some coffee, do my journals, and then I read. And then I start to work. So this is the routine that I have built, which I do over and over and over again, which now seems so natural and normal to me that I'm combining all those habits at the same time. So building those routines are going to make sure that you're going to be so much more consistent with the habits that you're going to be combining, because it just feels so natural and normal to do that in this natural sequence. Habit number 9, wake up early. Now, I do agree that not every single person out there is a morning person. Some people simply function better and are more productive in the nighttime. But I encourage you to try it out at least for a couple of weeks, maybe a few months, and see how it feels to you. Because as I tried it out, as I was waking up at 5 or 6 a.m., I noticed that I was more productive and I got more done throughout the day. Because to me, the nighttime, the evening, is kind of time to relax, time to wind down, time to play some video games. And the morning time and throughout the day is working time. So when I was waking up at 5 or 6 a.m., not only did it really feel so peaceful because pretty much everybody was still asleep and I had like all the silence to myself, but I also was more focused and I got more done. And then it was like 10 a.m. I was like, holy moly, I have so much stuff done already, and it just felt so good. So really try it out. Maybe it's not for you, but at least try it out to see for yourself. And the last habit, habit number 10, is going to be to reduce or even quit social media. Now this is going to be a very, very tough one for a lot of people because we got so used to using our phones all the time. Unfortunately, it's now the first thing that we do in the morning and the last thing we look at night. We turn off the alarm clock, which is usually our phone, and because of muscle memory, we just swipe to the right, open up Instagram, and mindlessly, unconsciously just scroll through the feed of other people's lives. See what we like? Oh, I like that. And scroll, and like. And that can be very, very dangerous because not only do we sometimes get this thought of, oh, I wish I would have that kind of life, because on Instagram we see all the good things, all the good moments that people are having, that we wish that we would be the one having those moments. And if you're not careful enough, you can get into this negative thought spiral where you look at your life and maybe you're like, oh, my life is so boring and I have nothing exciting to do. And then you look at all those beautiful pictures and you're like, oh, I wish this would be my life. I wish I could be jet skiing through Dubai or be at this waterfall in Bali or whatever it is that you're looking at right now. Try to be at least a little bit more conscious about this unconscious scrolling that we do every single morning, and maybe use that time a little bit more wisely. Read a book. Go for a walk, take a shower, exercise, meditate, whatever you want to do, but do not start your day looking at the life of other people and wish that you would be living theirs. Try it out for a few days or even weeks, and you're going to notice that you're going to be feeling so much better about your own life instead of looking at all those beautiful good lives that people picture on Instagram. And the bonus habit that enables you to take in information twice as fast is to increase the playback speed when watching videos. I have picked it up quite a while ago, and now I never look at videos in the normal speed. I usually speed them up by 1.5 times the speed or even twice as fast. And I can still comprehend everything that they're saying because my mind adjusted to this fast talking and just enabled me to listen to it twice as fast and still understand everything that they're saying. Just try it out. Click the gear icon somewhere down here and just increase the playback speed to 1.25 or even 1.5. You will notice that you're still able to understand everything that I'm saying. And just, train your brain to understand everything much faster. And at some point you will be able to speed it up twice as fast and still get the same information in, but just use half the time you would need to watch the whole video. Try it out. It's going to save you a lot of time. Now, when it comes to building out those habits, I encourage you to not to try them out all at the same time, because it's going to make you feel very overwhelmed and there's going to be so much new stuff coming in day by day that you're not going to be consistent with all those habits. So instead of doing that, take out 1, 2, or a maximum of 3 habits that you want to cultivate every single day and then try to do them consistently on a day-to-day basis. Because changing habits is not easy. Sometimes we have such strong habits that we've been doing over and over again for the past couple years of our lives that now we want to change them. It's going to be tough. But if you commit to become your best possible self and just commit to, improvements day by day, it's gonna get easier every single day. And at some point, it's gonna seem so natural to you to do those habits. Because this morning routine that I have explained to you of waking up, taking a shower, meditating, journaling, reading a book seems so natural to me because I've been doing it for the past few months. So when you do things over and over again, it's gonna become easier and easier with each and every single day. I promise you, it's gonna get easier, but you gotta stick through those hard times and stay committed to becoming your best self. Now, to end up this video, let's get back to the lesson that we can learn from the story of the man that threw away the magic rock that he had in his hands. He had developed such a strong habit of throwing those pebbles into the sea because all those pebbles for the past few weeks have been cold, that when this opportunity that he has been actively seeking out literally dropped into his hands, he still threw it away. Because this behavior of doing it over and over and over again was so strongly ingrained into his mind that it simply felt natural for him to just throw away all the pebbles that he had. And often we behave in the same way. We do things over and over and over again because we got so used to doing them. And it seems so natural, normal to us, and it feels like this behavior is the right thing to do because we got so used to it over the past few years. That sometimes when a situation appears that has the potential to change our lives, we barely notice it because of the habits that we have developed throughout those years. So be more conscious about your day-to-day habits. Really question yourself on some of the habits that you're having right now and some of the behaviors that you tend to do over and over again, and ask yourself, is this behavior, is this habit going to bring me to where I want to get to? And then commit yourself to becoming your best self, commit yourself to improving your habits day by day, and I promise you, your life will significantly change. With that said, I hope you enjoyed watching this video just as much as I enjoyed making it. If you did, let me know in the comments down below. Leave it a like, make sure to subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell so you get notified whenever I upload a new video. And also let me know which of those habits do you want to be cultivating daily in 2020 and beyond. I'm looking forward to your comments, and with that said, I wish you a great day. This is Robert, signing off.